Hello and welcome to the channel. It's been a while since I've done a Steam Deck video, but I've been having some issues lately. And I'm going to detail what issues I have been having and why. Because I managed to figure it out finally yesterday. So, I want to review these docks that I have / dongle USB hub that I have, and of course I've got my Steam Deck here, so I can demonstrate kind of how they sit in the dock and whatnot. I don't have my stand to use the hub with, but it doesn't matter so much, I guess. So lately I have been using this dock quite a bit. It's got 6 USB ports. It's got the power adapter there, power port there with USB-C, and then it's got the HDMI there, and it's got Ethernet, which supports up to 1 gigabit or 1000 megabits. That was working fine for a while, but it's not so fine no more. This was the first dock that I got. I had also been having issues with it because there is a little bit of damage in the cable here. So if it shifts into the wrong position, it'll disconnect from the Steam Deck. So it's only got 3 USB ports, and it's got the HDMI and power there, and 1000 megabit Ethernet as well. And I did have gigabit internet, and it was working quite well. There were no issues at all with plugging in the Ethernet on any of these docks or the hub. This was the second dock that I got. I got this one for taking on the go. It's even got a little spot here for the USB-C port to go into. So I got 2 USB-A ports, Ethernet, HDMI, and power. It's very, very small. Then I also got this this hub with USB-C, and it's got Ethernet as well, HDMI, 2 USB ports. Now I can't tell which USB-C port is actually the power. It's either this one or this one, or it's one of these two, and you can also plug another hub into it that I have for more USB-A ports and stuff like that, but I don't have that for this video. It's also got micro SD and SD slot right there. Okay, I shall demonstrate how the Steam Deck sits. It's fairly sturdy in this one. It's got the back plate. The fans are a nice touch. When the dock is actually working, because I've been having issues with this particular dock lately. Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss, but it sits nicely. And if you have this JSOX transparent cover or one of their back plates with the heat sink on the back, the heat sink matches up with the fan, so it stays cooler, which is much better. So that's that one. This one kind of sits back a little bit more. It's not as supported, but it's still not too bad. It's okay. And then this, obviously it doesn't have any kind of support on it. I do have a stand similar to how these docks are, just a piece of plastic, molded plastic that props up the Steam Deck so that I can take it portably. But I think this was the third or fourth item that I got. I can't remember when I got this, but I think I got this before I got this dock. Now this one is definitely different. So I got a little part there that the Steam Deck sits into. Works fine. It's good if you're only plugging in maybe one or two hard drives at most, or one hard drive and one controller. But other than that, it's not one that I would use on as a daily driver, unless you don't really use any peripherals. Like if you're only using a wireless controller, like a wireless Xbox controller or a PS5 controller, or even a Nintendo Pro controller, that works on the Steam Deck. Yeah, this one works fine. I have no issues with this one at all. I'd probably give this a 10 out of 10 for what it is. The cable is fairly good quality. It's a decent dock. If you need something with more ports or whatever, obviously this would not work for you. But yeah, I got all this I got off of AliExpress. If you didn't know that already, I did do unboxing videos of these before. I don't know if I've uploaded all of them at the time of this recording. This hub is also good for if you're going portable, and you don't necessarily need the HDMI, but you need an additional USB port, either A or C, and you can connect it to power. So you can connect maybe an external hard drive or whatnot. So that's also a good device. Now this one, I was almost going to recycle this one, because it was really hit or miss if it was working. It seems to be working okay now, but there are better ones on the market, but it does offer more ports. It's got 3. It's got the HDMI and then the power with Ethernet. They all have Ethernet, which is very nice. I'd probably give this one probably an 8 out of 10. This I'd give a 10 out of 10 as well, for what it is. This one is really hit or miss if you're going to get a good one or a dud. This one is kind of in the middle of it being good and dud. It took me a while to figure out how to get this one to work, because when I first got it, it wasn't working at all. Now it seems to be working okay. So that's that one. Now this one. This dock. This is the biggest disappointment, because this was more expensive than the other docks that I got. Plus it had the fans. The fan button is right here. It's got LED lights on the fans. It's all nice. It lights up. Looks cool. But it's got so many USB ports. And then it's got the HDMI, and it's also got the power there, and it's also got Ethernet, as all these do. This one I used for probably about 3 or 4 months, or I don't know when I bought this. I might have bought it in the summer, because I needed something with more USB ports. I took this dock with me to another place nearby, so that I could have internet access to do some updates. While I was there, all of a sudden my Steam Deck popped, and the screen went all fuzzy and glitchy, and it was weird, and it was not responding. I didn't know what it was, but they do have sort of an electrical issue there. I think on that particular circuit, they have a speaker there that constantly pops. Every 15-20 minutes there's a loud pop. My Steam Deck kind of did the same thing as that pop. And I thought, uh-oh, my Steam Deck is damaged. Something is wrong. So I come home, I continue to use this dock. I start having more issues with my Steam Deck. It shuts down and restarts all on its own. A couple times the screen glitched. There was one time I was recording a video and the screen was all staticky and glitchy and stuff, and even while I was recording, as I was just doing downloads. And yeah, it was not good. I tried using it without the dock, seemed to work fine, no issues. But once I started using the dock, I had issues. And then also, lately I noticed that when I turned the fans on, the battery would drain on my Steam Deck. Instead of drawing power from the power port here, it was drawing power from my Steam Deck. And it was siphoning more power than it should have. I think something happened that it got hit by maybe a power surge or something like that, and this thing is freaking fried. It still kind of works, but it has so many issues. I'm probably going to end up recycling this one. So if you want one like this off of AliExpress, I would be very cautious. Make sure that you are in a stable power area. If you take it somewhere, make sure you don't get hit by a power surge or any kind of power glitch or anything like that, because this dock is actually very sensitive, from what I can gather. This was probably the best dock I've had thus far, but as a caveat, I do have another dock coming. This one that I have coming is from JSOX. I know they're a good company, they have good quality products, and they have very reliable customer service, and very good quality products, as I said, yes, and they tend to last a while. They're very reputable. These ones are kind of hit or miss. And yeah, what else? It sucks because this one has so many USB ports. That JStock's dock does not have as many ports, which sucks. But I also have a USB hub that I have here and that I ordered that will expand one of the USB ports that it has, because it has 2 USB-A and 1 USB-C port on it, and I can expand on that USB-C port. What else is there? Yeah, it's been a mixed bag when it comes to docks. I'm hoping that the JSOX dock that I got coming will be the last one I will need. But yeah. Man, it sucks when something goes wrong and it stops when you get something. I've only had this for a few months and it's already toast. That is kind of the way it is with the cheaper docks, but it is what it is. Let me see here. I can probably connect it to power here. Okay, hang on. I need longer cord. Oh, that one's not longer. Oh, you can kind of see it there. Got the fans going. And it would change colors and stuff like that. It would cycle through different colors. There's no way to turn off the LEDs. but it was handy to have this little button that controlled the fans. I wouldn't trust this with any other device right now either. It appears to work fine, but it is really not safe for the Steam Deck, because it could cause damage to the Steam Deck if I keep using it. I've been using this dock for the last 24 to 48 hours. Works fine. I left it on with Cyberpunk 2077 running for over an hour. No issues, no restarts, no pop, no nothing, and it worked like normal. I even ran a benchmark and it worked fine. One thing I was also worried about was maybe the battery. If the battery got damaged or something like that, but thankfully there's no issues with the battery. It's all good. So when I get that dock, I will do the unboxing, and at some point I will do a separate review on that dock. I kind of want to get the AliExpress docks out of the way first. So I hope this video was informative. There are of course other ones available on AliExpress. I don't know how they all are. This one was the most promising because it did have like a brand logo on it, whereas the rest of these are unbranded. I think this was $20, $35, $45, and $65. So yeah, I'm keeping these for sure. This one is going to go for recycling, which sucks. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was informative, and have a good one.